What's up, everybody? Sorry for running a little behind, taking care of kids. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Welcome in. Let's see. Where's the crew? Let's get the crew going here. How was your day, Brenda? Forever Untamed. Hey, hey, hey. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Got a good one tonight, y'all. We got a good one. Just getting just sending out all the invites. Yeah, we did. We did. Oh, yes, we did meet yesterday. Brenda, I am sipping on some 19 Crimes Red Blend. That's what I got in today. That's what I got in here today. Let's see. Sending out this request. Turn my volume up.
What the hell?
Nope, you're
Hey,
there.
sir. Blessings to you and your wife. Oh, my
Oh.
God. You sipping too. I'm sipping on my wine. I didn't want to say that. I saw you. I was just skimming through. I was going to go to bed, but then I saw you. I said, oh, yeah, I got to come on. I got to come on. But blessings to you and your beautiful wife. Oh, my God. I can't tell you what I'm sipping on. Ain't none of your business now, but I'm a mind my business. I see some people popping up in the chat that I be on usually, but God bless you
Mhm.
all and you and your beautiful wife. I just want to let you know, keep doing what you're doing. I love this live. More churches and ministries need to talk about these topics, and that's another
Yeah.
story why I stopped doing churches and ministries. But anyway, you need to pop up with something why pastors' wives don't go. Why pastors' wives don't go to church no more? Don't do it, Pastor. No, but anyway, I'm glad you laughing.
Hey,
But you,
I'm gonna laugh at that. Yes, I am gonna
yeah,
laugh at
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've been through a
absolutely.
lot from 12 years old. I know ministry back and forth. I can sleep on it. So if you got topics coming up about ministry, church, pastors' wives, I will be that one to tap in.
Okay.
Blessings to your beautiful wife. What's your wife's name?
Nisi.
Nisi. She not.
Hmm.
That's not Peachtree, right?
You said what?
What's her name on the live?
Oh no, she don't come on.
Oh,
But she
she a
be here.
smart. She a smart woman, but she over there tagging you though. I got it.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah. She she
but
she she right here. She invested.
hey, beautiful heart, precious. Listen, I need my wig, so you know I'm gonna tap it on you, baby. Okay. but
I
but this
appreciate
is
it.
yes, I respect marriages. I was married. I know the whole 9 yards. Okay. Blessings
Absolutely.
to you, sir. I saw
Hey,
you
I
come up,
appreciate it, Brenda.
and I just love your lives because it's very educational, and we need to talk about these things which the churches don't do enough. But when I try to talk about them, it's like, oh no, no. So it's
Free to
another
be.
story.
Welcome
But
in.
huh?
Chili, welcome in. No, I'm welcome everybody in that's coming in.
Okay. Now, what you
Queen
say you
Joe,
sipping
welcome
on?
in.
Is that some red wine?
Yeah, it's a red blend. It's
Oh,
19 Crimes red blend.
I need to bring my wood. I forgot the name of the red blend. But anyway, I'm get down now, sir, and thank you so much for the
All right.
opportunity. I'm glad to be here. What is the topic tonight now?
The topic tonight is, are you even real? A positive
Oh, I love
perspective
it.
in relationships. So,
Are
yeah.
you even? Uh-oh. Oh, I might need to stay out of that one.
Well, you go on down to the comment section. So, when we start getting into it, then you go ahead and, start leaving your comments. All right.
I will, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. Everybody grab that daily heart me. Grab your daily heart me. Like, share, send it out. We're going to wait for some more folks to come in the room. I see my girl Frida Beans in here. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love, and light. I love it. So yeah, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Let's see. Let me shoot this out to some more people. All right. I hope everybody's been having a good day today. I've been having a really good day today, man. It's just been real chill. You know what I mean? It's been real chill today. I have no complaints. Thank you for the heart me. Forever Untamed. How are you doing today? What's your day been like today? I was okay. All right, you got it. Pretty good day. Keep it well, sir. Hey, like that's the main thing to do, man. Just keep it well. Keep your head above ground, man. Makes no complaints about anything. Glad to see everybody here, man. Everybody here. Just waiting on a few folks to slide through here in a second here. So we're gonna be patient. So what's on everybody's mind while we wait for a few people? What's on everybody's mind? Oh, you hit the Pilates class. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Pilates is yeah, that's a thing. That's a real thing. Yours truly, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. Um yeah, my homegirl, she has a Pilates. Matter of fact, she's on here, Pilates junkie, and she has her own Pilates studio, whatnot. Man, yeah, I'm good on Pilates, y'all. For real. I'm good on Pilates. Trust me. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Kita, what's good? You still working? She's probably still at work. Let's see. Mm. Cheers. My girl be over there working. Deidre, what's good? What's good? What you got going on? Thank you for the daily heart me. You off work or you at the kids' practice? What you got going? Hey.
Oh.
Nap time.
Yes.
I see you
Yep.
there with the Bulls
I work
jersey on.
tonight. I thought that was cute. It's of course that's AI. That ain't me. I wish I was that thick.
Oh, okay. Hey man. Hey.
Hello, Keita.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
Good. I see you working. You working? Yep.
What time you get
I'll
off?
be on my way in a couple hours.
8:30.
That's
Oh,
not
you're winding
bad. You're
down.
almost there. You there?
I know.
I
Oh,
might leave
okay.
early. It took me 45 minutes to get that last call.
What?
Yeah. Well, it's been popping today though. Not in a good way though.
Oh, yeah. But you gotta get them duckies.
It's been popping. A lot of existing customers calling with this dang on catalog they got. Some yelling at us, take my
Mick
name
Jones,
off the.
what's up? What?
Yeah. This person died 3 years ago.
Oh wow. It's like that. Oh wow. Yeah.
Ooh,
I know how that goes.
I know you do. But to be getting it all day.
You know, left and right.
Almost is tired.
What's the name? How Glorilla said?
Facts.
Ugh.
For real. For real. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, it's well, hopefully it gets better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's better. We done.
Well, I
You
mean
mean
for
for
tomorrow.
the rest of the month? Oh,
Yeah, for tomorrow.
you're right. Hopefully.
You know.
Hopefully. I'm mentally exhausted today.
Hey, well, guess what? That means you get to come in here and just let all the aggression out.
No, I ain't gonna be in long. I'm going to sleep.
I know you ain't gonna be here long.
Yeah, we
Say,
had to get
I
up
ain't gonna be
early.
here for a long time, but I'll be here for a good time.
For sure. For sure.
hmm Letting everybody just
On
kind of.
tonight.
The topic for tonight is are you even real? A positive spin on it, because everybody always look at that in a negative light. But we're gonna keep it positive on this one. We're gonna keep it G, because everybody always
Okay,
look
that's
at it
what's
like,
up.
oh, what do you mean? What? No, they ain't real because they just being fake. No, let's look at it on a positive. You know, so often we look at things because society has branded us to look at things in a negative way. But I know, Frida B, people really do. Some people really be fake. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I absolutely get it. But then you have some people because, and I'm gonna break it down because a lot of that stem from, you know, we will think someone is being fake because of something that we went through in our past that we really hadn't accepted. So we look at everybody and be like, they fake, they fake, they ain't real, they ain't trying to be real and all of this. And so we could be missing some things. You know what I'm saying? Just a thought. You know, I'm not I'm not a therapist. I'm just a man who's been through some things. You know, I keep my shirt on deck. You know, so yeah.
That's interesting.
You over there thinking about it now, huh? Yeah. You're like, huh.
That's interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we all know people put on a facade. We all code switch in some aspect, in some capacity. So it's not anything, I don't know,
Oh,
abnormal.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And I think we, do you think code switching is fake?
No, I think code switching is something you do that's according to the room that you're in. Like if I know, you know, and I'm from the hood, right? But I know that if I got to go in here and I know I'm about to go in front of a bunch of execs, I'm gonna have to present myself in a different way because of the stereotype of where I'm, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from or what, you know, for me, it could say the color of my skin, me being a black male or whatever. I might have to code switch just to show, oh, wait a second. I am educated. I have degrees. I got, you know, I'm educated. You know what I'm saying? So I have to show that. But you know, it's like that funny TikTok where the guy goes there or Instagram. You know, he's at work. Hey, you know, this, and you get in the car, and the first thing he do is turn on some trap music, and it's like, yeah, ready to change clothes. So I think code switching is good, even in relationships, right? Everybody code switches in a relationship because you're trying to put your best foot forward. I don't think that it's necessarily saying that you're fake in a relationship, but you want people to see a side of you that is actually a side of you, whether it's presented 100% of the time or whether it's presented 50% of the time. You still know that side of you is there. Because sometimes in relationships, people need to know, can I take you in certain places? You know, or, you know, are you going to embarrass me? Or maybe I'll just love you the way that you are, just like that, because I know that you're not code switching or whatever. And I just won't bring you to the company party. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't switch it up. Exactly. It's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to know when and where. Read the room.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you know,
So, yeah.
I was thinking about this because I was listening to. So this whole episode, I'm of course I'm gonna say it's inspired by that Teddy Swim song, "Are You Even Real?" And if you listen to the lyrics and what he's saying, like he, you know, basically he met this woman. Is it even real? Like, are you real to me right now? Because everything about you is like ideal. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it's ideal. And you know, if you had this imaginary boxes that you were checking off, this person is checking off, you know, every box. You know, so so yeah.
Mm.
So you know.
So I feel like you were saying, people like to put their best foot forward in relationships, especially initially, and over time, um, sometimes they change for the worse.
Yeah.
I personally feel like it's a form of code switching,
Hmm.
and code switching, personally, I feel is fake. If anything is not, you know, your natural normal self on a day to day, right? If you have to talk a certain way, like you said, there's a time and place for everything. Yes, absolutely. But if it's not your normal way of being, your normal way of speaking, right? If I'm out in customer service and now my pitch goes higher, right? Or I'm enunciating a bit more, or I'm slowing down my speech. That's not my natural way of speaking. So if I have to alter who I am just to be more presentable in this setting, it is a form of being fake, I feel. Similar to when you're first meeting somebody or what have you, like you said, you're going to be on your best behavior initially until you get more
Hmm.
comfortable with one another. I can still be authentic. I can still be honest, right? It's if you're getting to know one another, we're asking questions, but how I present myself may be fake. You know what I mean? Or code switched, coded. I don't know.
Okay.
In that
All
moment,
right. No, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But I think there is.
right for you to be. Sorry.
I think that sometimes it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? I think it's necessary at times, even in a relationship. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but
Um, I think like you were referencing, the song or what have you. He's like he found all he wanted in that woman. Is she real? I think it's all subjective, if you will, because on one hand you can have a woman who is portraying to be everything that you want, and vice versa. An individual portraying to be everything that you want because you've told them, what you're looking for, your checklists. And then on the other hand, you could just honestly find somebody who checks off a lot of your check boxes, you
Oh
know? So
yeah,
I think, it's definitely subjective.
it is.
I
Hey,
haven't
welcome
experienced
in,
that.
welcome in. Just a new lady. I think I said that right. I hope I said that right. Maybe I did. Now, what you saying?
I don't know. I said I hadn't yet experienced that, so. But I feel, not everybody's gonna check off
Nola.
every check box.
Okay, just a Nola lady. All right, we got Louisiana up in this piece. You know what I'm saying? All right. Um, yeah, I guess it's. I guess, like you said, it's kind of hard for you to kind of speak on it because you are you saying you haven't found that real? Hey, what's good, cousin? What's
Um,
up, Zai?
I think I have, and just because I am single, and just because someone may
And
not be
ready to
aligned
mingle.
with me doesn't mean they're not real, right? So I think I found real. They're real and authentic in who they are, but it just doesn't align with me. And then, of course, I've had the fake people who portray themselves to be away and then try to trap
Hmm.
you and all kinds of things too. So,
Okay, so
you looking for
that
a
brings
girlfriend,
me.
pretty please? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I was gonna say, you know what? That brings me to my first section. Y'all know everybody that's just joining us. Welcome to the 100 podcast. So that brings me to my first point, right? Um, when we say this feels unreal, right? And you say you had the real. So a lot of times, because we have been hurt in the past, everything, right? When someone treats you with consistency, care, and intention, it can feel like it's almost fictional, right? Because it's like, wait a second, this person is they're really doing what they said it was going to do, right? Especially when you look at your past relationships, and if it was like basically rooted in instability, and you felt like you was just trying to survive in that relationship, it's hard to accept the fact that somebody might actually show up and just say, "Hey, I'm real. I'm real." You know, um, I think that's probably one of the most challenging things for people to do, especially you know dealing with their own past. They're like, "Damn, man, this can't be real, man. This person is consistent. Damn, she actually doing this, or he's actually doing this. Damn." And it's like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, but then it never drops, right? But you end up eventually, you know what I'm saying, um, subconsciously pushing that person away. You know what I'm saying? You see, just know the lady said a broad stroke to cast. What do you mean by that? Give me a little bit more. Hey, Kenya, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna wait for. Just know the lady to explain that one. Or even just know that if you want to come up on the panel, if it's easier for you just to speak it out, you can. Kenya. So the topic for tonight is are you even real? Um, when love feels too good to be true, in a positive perspective. All right, let me bring her up right quick.
Hi
Hey,
everyone.
welcome in.
I'm gonna put on
What's
like
good?
I'm gonna put on a jacket and then I'll come live because I have on night attire. One moment.
You don't have to if you don't want to. That's cool.
No, I want to.
Oh, she wants us to see her face, so hey. All right, Keita, go and get you something to sip on, girl. I know you. I see you looked over there. They called like, hold up, let's go, let's
I
go.
don't know if y'all want that side of Keita tonight.
Man, look, I think, hey, I don't think it'll be code switching. I think that's just who you are. That's how
Right.
so you saying you
And I'm not sure if I want y'all to see all of that. Okay.
Free to be safe.
I'm trying to keep my friends.
Oh, I got you. Hey. Oh my gosh. Look, man, I'm here for it all. Let's see, where my boy at? Let me see.
She said we want all sides of you. Now I feel like that lady off of Don't Be a Menace when she said, "Be careful what you ask for." I told you I was feeling a little crazy.
Hey, so welcome in everybody. Make sure you guys are grabbing your daily heart meat, liking, sharing it out to your friends. Welcome up, just Nola lady. Welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you all?
Hey, we're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you for the heart means. Yeah, no, what I was saying was not, I mean, you didn't, I was saying you didn't have to be on camera to explain your view. I wasn't saying, no, jump on there with your pajamas on. No, I wasn't saying that.
No, I understood. It's fine.
Okay.
But to go back to your point, and I want to make sure I'm understanding what you were saying. Were you saying that if someone has not experienced someone that's been consistent, when a consistent person shows up, they have a protective factor because they can't trust the other person, so they have a tendency to push them away?
Correct. People will have a tendency to push people away because sometimes, I like to see this in a positive light, that people have done the work. They have gone through the healing aspect of things and said, okay, now I'm ready to receive that, and I'm gonna allow this person that's showing me that they're consistent. This person that's showing me that that they care about me, that their intentions are good, without looking at what has transpired in the past.
So, do you think, well, I have two follow-ups to that, but do you think like that's an intentional practice
Of
of them pushing a person away that is showing up consistently? Do you think the other person might be doing that intentionally, like a setup factor, or do you think it's kind of innately something that, as a protective factor, that they've learned to do to protect themselves?
I think it's a protection thing. I think a lot of people will protect themselves because they're expecting the person to not be an authentic person. They coming in with this particular expectation, saying, whether this person. So let me be clear. Whether the person is or isn't, I think that you have to still give people time to show you. If someone's showing up and they're doing all these things, if you think on the positive of it, that will be, to me, in my opinion, could get you the best results because you're being positive. Hey, you know what? I know what has happened in my past, but this is not that person. I can't look at everybody as my past. I got to look at just as, what it is in front of me now. And, and if they show me something different, then I move on accordingly.
Right, okay, so I was gonna then follow up with, how long should a person who has experienced someone being inconsistent, how long is long enough? How many times is too many tries? Like things of that nature. But you kind of cleared it up when you say, or when you said when they do something, then you could kind of move around. But I think a person also can't be demonized for their experience. Life is a teacher. And if you experience someone inconsistent, no matter how positive you think, you can't undo the experience. It still lives with you. It's still something you experience.
Right.
So I still feel like even if you want to go into a relationship positively, if something shows up that's a reminder or a trigger of something you experience, you can't help but click back into protective mode. So I think consistency comes along with a lot of patience, and people showing people consideration, because also some people come into a relationship like, look, I'm not like your ex, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and while they're keeping like records of what they're doing, sometimes those things don't matter to the person who has dealt consistently with an inconsistent person. So instead of like it being a transactional kind of thing, like, oh, look at me, I mean, people should just show up, just show up, and don't some women, and they have two women here, so I'm curious, like, how sometimes you may share something with someone you might be interested in, just to kind of let them know what transpired, but then those things keep coming up, and it almost feel like an attack, and it almost make you feel like, dog, I wish I never shared that with him, because now every time I do anything, oh, you're doing that because of your past. And it's like, if you didn't even know about my past, perhaps you wouldn't be approaching me like that. So that's it. I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole with that.
I get what you're saying and everything, and that's why, nothing against what you said, but that's why I wanted to kind of just put it out there. Like, sometimes we have to change our mindsets about things and not always go into something with this like a negative thought because of what has happened, but going into it on a positive light. Because if you got somebody that's showing up, that's like, if you meet a man and this man is making sure you're good, he's not being overprotecting, he's consistent, he's still allowing you your space to be the individual you are, and he is just really showing up for you. And it's not even saying, oh, he's paying for this or paying for that, but he is showing up for you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Where, let's say in the past, you haven't had that happen, right? And now you got somebody that's actually doing it. I look for it for, telling people, don't sabotage something that you're not 1000% sure that it's not a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times society has branded us to look at things and question every single thing, when somebody can just really just be an authentic person. And because of our own negative connotation about it, we will just push that person away and think they're just going to move on to the next. And you're going to see this person probably in life and go, dang, they were actually, this is who they were. You know what I'm saying? And then you're kicking yourself going like, man, I really need to take a chill pill and like really evaluate myself. You know what I'm saying? Just, I just like, again, I'm not a therapist. I'm just a man who's been through some things and realized that we have to change a lot of our mindset about things, because we've all been hurt. You know what I'm saying? We all been hurt. We all been, at those points where, kind of like Frida, we say, oh, we have all had people mess up our peace, but not everybody is trying to mess up the peace. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else Frida said. She said, I don't like to confuse patient with endurance. I don't have time for that. I'm not allowing anyone to mess up my peace. Yeah. No, and you shouldn't let anyone mess with your peace. But how would you know if you keep a wall up? If a wall is consistently up, how are you going to be able to see, just because someone else in the past did something? But if you got this wall up and then you got this man or this woman is trying to show you that the authenticity of who they are, but you're not allowing them to do it, you're never going to get what you want.
But is somebody snoring? Oh, is that I'm sorry, I don't know what I heard. But is that possible to prevent someone from showing up as their authentic self? Like, instead of,
well, it's not saying that you per se is going to stop them from showing up, but a person may present themselves in their full authenticity of who they are, but you may not be in a season that's ready to receive that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in a season to receive that, you're gonna automatically go, "Oh man, that ain't real." Because no, man,
I
they don't do
agree
this.
with Brenda a lot. Like I feel like based upon my experience, I feel, and I'm gonna, preference it so that real recognize real. So I like you will know as soon as somebody open their mouth, like what they're about, their authenticity. Um, I'm heavy on character, and I think character is so important because it's one of those things that you don't have to talk about it. It's something you could see as people show up in different scenarios and actions. So when I
Mm-hmm.
get realness, it's not based on even what a person do, because some people show up in the season for you and that might just be that season they're showing up, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a part of their character. I want to know what your character is like. So that's why I said earlier, if I share my past with you, and like you said, the man is showing up consistently, it would have meant that me knowing his past is important to see if he has consistently showed up in his past. I think like sharing past experiences are important, and being able to use that as information is important. I feel like if a man is just inherently consistent, that's just gonna show. It's gonna just show in general, I guess. I don't know, but I understand what you're saying as well. I just feel like we do live in a time where people. Well, I don't want to paint a broad stroke, but like authenticity is not something that could be really like said. It's just kind of like something that you have to
The
observe
action.
across settings and across situations and scenarios. But if a
Mm-hmm.
man is like, "Hey, look at me, I'm showing up for you, and you're not seeing me," and that probably would be a major like.
You know, well, a person that's showing up for you is not going to tell you they're showing up for you. They're
They
going to just do
should.
it. You know what I'm saying? The actions are going to put it in place. Like I don't have to. I don't have to tell my wife, "Hey, I'm going to do this." I don't tell her that. I just do it because that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be real. I don't have to go announce it to everybody. And I think society has gotten to a point where they're looking for people to announce every single thing aspect of their life to show that, hey, look at me. I'm gonna be real. I'm this person, right? Nothing against anybody that does like the whole thing of the proposal out where everybody can see it. Look at me, look at me, look at me, right? And I get it. I'm not knocking it. Been down that road before, right? But at this big age I'm at now, I look back at it and I go, who cared? Who cared that you went out there and you did this big wild proposal and spent all this money and then, you know, year later you divorce. You know what I'm saying? Like you just did all of this for everybody else to see, which, you know, may or may not. And I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, you know. I'm just saying putting on that particular type of, show, if that's who that person is, then that's who they are. But I think a lot of people will do that because that's the fad. That's what everybody's doing. So let me do it because if I don't go and make up this proposal so this woman can see this, then she's not going to want to marry me. Instead of saying, you know what, let me just go and ask her to marry me right here at the house, and no matter who else is around. There's a, like putting on the show, kind of like what Keita said earlier was, she feel like code switching is being fake. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I think we can go down a rabbit hole on this thing here, man, for real. But I think it's just ultimately it's actions. Actions is what you put in place. If someone's actions are in alignment with the values and the things that are important to you, then it's real. Because it's real because those are the things that are important to you. You know what I'm saying? So, Keita, Deidre, don't y'all look over there sitting all what's the word? Cute and quiet.
Look, Frida B done already called me
My
out, and then
background
she's
is
on my
loud.
facial
I'm
expressions.
listening.
All right, I got Kenya going to come up too. So I look like I'm gonna be the only man on the panel today. That's all right. I don't know where my boy at.
Hey everyone,
Hey,
how's it
what's going
going?
on?
So I just wanted to add something to the last part of the conversation.
Spicy Pringle, welcome
Because
in.
one thing that I always share with my friends is how you show up in one relationship and how you engage with someone in one relationship is going to be completely different in another relationship because that person is different. How you interact with them is going to be different, but that doesn't mean that you're not being authentic, right? Authenticity
Mm-hmm.
means different things to different people in different times, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a part of the conversation when it comes to partnerships, relationships, and friendships. We have to understand that how I am with friend A, boyfriend A, is going to be different than how I am with friend B and boyfriend B, right? It's just the chemistry and the dynamic is different, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be successful. And it doesn't mean that people are not showing up authentically.
Okay,
I
I
like it.
received that. I like that. I like
That's all
that.
I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Well, don't go nowhere, because we're gonna keep sharing.
Okay, okay.
All right. Um, exactly, for to be all this beauty and wisdom on the platform, and you know what I'm saying. Like, look, I'm here for it. So, um, here's some questions, right? Because I know. Well, I'm sorry, Keita. Did you have anything you want to add?
Mm-mm.
Peter's
Deidre,
playing shy.
she is over there playing shy. No, she got a lot of stuff on her mind. Deidre, you got anything you want to say? I think Deidre probably getting
No,
ready for
not at
work.
the moment.
Okay, cool. All right, Keita, you good?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
All
thank you.
right. So here are some questions. Um, why does peace sometimes feel suspicious in relationships? Y'all didn't think I was gonna let y'all off that easy,
Yeah,
was
that's funny.
it?
I would like to know the answer to that question too. And I think, again, I don't want to generalize, but peace is something that I feel that men use a lot without really understanding what peace is to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's this expectation because when you tell me peace, I interpret it as you don't want me to share my feelings, open my mouth, or disrupt something, which I don't even know what I'm disrupting or could potentially disrupt. I just it's a phrasing that I don't necessarily appreciate when it's
Mm-hmm.
used. I think we all want peace in our lives. In my big old age right now, I enjoy peace, but peace to me is quiet, slowness, moments of reflection, moment of being introspective. But that doesn't mean that if I'm in a partnership with someone, there are going to be times where that is not peaceful, and that's a normal part and healthy part of being in a relationship.
Okay.
Now, if you guys are combative all the time and it's not peaceful all the time, that's a different situation. That's just being toxic. But when I'm out there, if I'm dating someone and they're like, I don't want anyone to disrupt my peace, I like my peace. Well, who doesn't? And when you're with someone, it makes it seem like you're saying, um, this person is annoying to you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's how sometimes it can be interpreted, and I don't mean to generalize, but I just feel like a lot of men kind of use that as a a gauge or a way to write off some women in their lives by saying, I don't want anyone to mess up my peace.
No, I hear that, but to that point, I from a male's perspective, I hear that from a lot of women, right? So I figure that you're going to hear it, from you being from a woman, you're hearing it from men. I'm hearing it from women. I hear it from a lot of women, like, nah, dude, brother, man, nah, you look like you about to play with my heart. I'm not about to play with you. You about to mess up my whole piece and keep it pushing, right? So I think it can go both ways. You know what I
It
mean?
can. Yeah.
Hey, next level, what's up, bro? Welcome in. Um,
Maybe we
anybody
should
else want to add to
stop
that?
like using certain vernaculars, right? And really speak in plain, simple English, right? And just
You
say
mean be
like,
real?
hey, I know I have a sense that you are going to break my heart. Like instead of saying like hiding behind something that softens what you're feeling or
hmm
could be misinterpreted.
It's funny you say that, right? Because I seen something on social media where it said they were being funny, but it was so real. They was like they're going on a date and they go, yeah, we're going on this date. Yeah, I'm going to break your heart. So I'm actually going to do this. And they go, wow, thank you for letting me know. And I'm going to cheat on you in about 3 weeks after this relationship. They're being funny a lot about it, but to your point of just being real up front, saying, hey, I am this type of person. I am this type of person. Um, I don't think people are ready for those conversations. I don't think people can handle people being 1,000% honest in the beginning. People
I would
cannot
agree with
handle
you 100%. In the beginning, it's very difficult for people to be honest because we put a facade. It's that honeymoon phase. You want to be seen as like perfect. First of all, you want to be chosen, you want to be caught, or you want to catch. So you
it.
don't you put on like the fancy thing, all of the things that you either aspire to be, want to be, but haven't really been yet, right? Or there yet. And then you start to let your guard down, and then you start to be comfortable, and then your comfortable self, your everyday self, starts to appear.
Okay.
But I think in the beginning, we all kind of play this dance of perfection. I really want this person to like me. And I think by doing X, Y, and Z, although it may be a part of you, but it's not a part of you that shows up every single day. It's either
Mm.
something that you either are striving to be or have been in the past, or maybe it's your upbringing. There's something within your environment and your social constructs that makes you feel that that's how you should be, or to an individual. Because let's be real, like we've all been socialized on gender roles and how to show up in a relationship, but when we're acting right on those norms that we've learned over the years, it doesn't last very long. At some point, the true you or the everyday you comes up. And the person is either going to choose that, they're either going to say, "Oh yeah, I can dig with that person. I can dig with it," or "I
hmm
cannot. It's too much or it's too little."
I got you. I got you. So that you basically referring to the representative.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, eh, we all have represent like code switching when we're at work, when we're doing things like we code switch, and it's no different. Being in a relationship is no different than being in the workplace, being at the store. Like it's an interaction with a human being. We all code switch. Sometimes I don't even know when I'm code switching, but I
It
suspect
just
it's
happens.
there. Yeah.
Didn't I say that?
That's what I'm saying. But you
I
also
don't
said
know.
code switching is being fake.
Yeah, I don't.
She also said it's a facade. Facade is what?
Side of the, I
It
don't.
I mean, is it fake? I mean, it can be. It absolutely can be fake, right? But sometimes I feel like I like to think that, we're all multifaceted. But I truly do believe that there is a side of us that shows up all the time. Like I call it the everyday self, like my chill self, my like how I am with my homegirl, how I am with myself. Like that there's a part of me that no matter what environment I'm in, it's always going to show up. But there's also a side of me that's just gonna be like, it's just gonna hide it. It I'm either gonna hide it, or there's a part of me that I'm going to accentuate and really push out there, like emphasize, bold, italicize.
I don't think I code switched though. I heard you talking a lot about upbringing. I think that really matters. I think, and not to make it about New Orleans, I'm just a NOLA lady for real, but growing up in like a mostly African Americanized city, I didn't feel that pressure to really code switch, even in corporate settings. But to your point, I am multifaceted. Just because I'm from New Orleans, sometimes I feel like you go other places and you get placed in a box. Maybe your educational level is like already assumed or whatever. But I feel like, well, and I'm not going to even just say me. I feel like the people I know that's known me my whole life, what you see is what you get pretty much for me. And my professional identity aligns very closely with my personal identity. So I do get code switching right fresh out of college many years ago. I felt like it was a pressure to code switch, but then I just said, you know what? Listen, I'm showing up how I show up, period, point blank. That's just what it's going to be, what it is. And so I'm pretty comfortable in my skin. And I do think that takes time, like you getting to know yourself and being okay with yourself. And like you say, some people have insecurities and they're still working those things out because of whatever reason, upbringing, cultural norms, environmental microaggressions at work. People work in different settings where if they sound a certain way, they might not be taken as seriously. So I get all of those elements too. But I think the most peaceful, freeing thing is sitting with yourself and really getting to know you and getting comfortable in that. And at my big old age, because I know I don't look that old, but at my big old age, I'm starting to feel that switch. They tell me when you get closer to 40, it's
That
like
part.
that switch goes off, and you're just like, whatever. This is what it is. So I'm getting there. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna shut up and listen.
No, you are right. Like the older you get, the less you code switch. It really doesn't matter. But I I do feel, and maybe code switch is not the actual word that we should be using, but I do feel that depending on the environment and the situation that we're in, we don't show up like truly 100% all the time. And I think that's what I mean by code switch. And to Kita's point, like sometimes, yeah, the facade can be fake because there are people who are intentionally not being themselves. And it's a representative. And again, that representative could be either somebody they aspire to be, somebody that they're mimicking, or it could just be, you know, I don't know.
Okay. I
No,
want to say something from. Oh, go ahead.
go for it. Go ahead, Keita. Brenda, give me 1 second. I want to make sure I still have one more spot, and just in case Big Guy do come in. So give me 1 second, okay? But go ahead, Keita.
So two parts, and then I want to say this in regards to the code switching, but I also want to circle back to what the last question was. So my thought process on code switching, I think that when we people of color use code switching, we think about us, like just using for a job as an example. We think about us and then putting on our corporate voice, right? We think about when we use AAVA versus, AAVE versus, using our customer service voice, that form of code switching. But if you think that if the roles were reversed and you had somebody who was not of color and they normally use this customer service voice, but they got around Black people and they started to, talk with AAVE, we were like, oh, yo, they fake. So I think we grant ourselves more leniency when it comes to code switching than we do certain other individuals. Like I said, I feel regardless of why you're doing it in whatever environment, it is still a form of not being your authentic self, your baseline, your core self, if you will, because you're having to alter yourself to be in this environment. And then to go back to the question, what was it? something peace. You know,
Hmm.
why do you, even
Yeah,
in
why
personal
does peace
environment, why would
sometimes
somebody,
feel suspicious in relationships?
right? I feel like if there's an individual who's always on edge like that and cannot relax and always has their guard up, thinking that this is not peace, like when is the other shoe gonna drop? Then they're just an unhealed individual. And technically, you shouldn't be dating until you go and heal yourself, right? Because
Mm.
everybody is different. At to Kenya's point earlier, you're going to be somebody different in every relationship. So if you can't be this different person and stop, holding on to this PTSD that you got from your last relationship, then
Mm.
you're not healed. Baby, go sit down.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, Miss Brenda,
okay.
what you got? Y'all listen in now.
Molly,
This Miss
thank you,
Brenda right
baby.
here.
Thank you so much for inviting me into the box, Keita, and to the rest of you. Um, Here's what I'm going to say: code switching. I wouldn't say I understand the method, but because I am a supervisor and I'm a tenant advocate and leader in the community, and I deal with politicians, I have to switch. Not being fake, but to be on the level that to be able to identify with them. When you're in different environments, you have to switch. And it's not being fake. You have to know how to move in certain atmosphere, if I make sense. Because I deal with politicians, so the way I may deal with you on the live, Marlon, may not
Yeah,
be the same way I deal with the political arena because my skills are different. It doesn't mean that I am fake. It means that I am adapting to my environment using my skills as a professional tool to be able to relate to the people.
I
If I
got you.
make sense,
That's
if
kind of
I
what
make
Next Level said in the comments.
Again,
right,
I
so
understand what code switching means and why we do it. That's not the issue. The
I
what
know
I'm
what you're
saying
saying, Keita,
is,
babe, but
like I
yeah,
said, we because we're black, we say it's okay to code switch. Again, if a person that lacked melanin started code switching and using AAVE, y'all start calling them fake. Like, yo, what he doing? Like, why he sound like that? We would be offended. So,
but
like I said, it's all subjective, right? And
Keita, can you hear me out, baby cakes, and let me finish? I'm with you, but do you understand where I'm coming from?
yeah.
Okay, and so what I'm saying to everybody on the live, because I am a tenant leader and advocate, it doesn't mean you fake. We adapt into the environment and we have to come up to different levels to be able to relate to the people. I deal with the mayor, I deal with the political arena, I deal with tenants. I'm a tenant leader and advocate. So your response and my response may be two different reactions, but it doesn't mean that we're fake. We adapt into the environment. So the way I may relate to Marlon doesn't mean I'm fake. I'm adapting to my environment using my skills to be effective. And you may not understand, and I don't expect you to understand, but I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. And so, because you are adapting, it doesn't mean you fake. When people show you who they are, I believe them. To me, fake means that you're not being yourself anywhere. Anywhere I go, I'm myself. I'm myself today, tomorrow, morning. I'm myself with all of you. And I'll be myself tomorrow with all of you. But now when I go out into the field as a supervisor and I'm dealing with different people, I'm myself. But I have to adapt to use my skills for the environment, if that makes sense to you.
So again, I know why we code switch and the meaning behind code switching.
Right.
I feel like what you're telling me, what you're saying, even in what you're saying, is an oxymoron. You say, on one hand, I'm my authentic self, but on the other hand, you say, I have to adapt. You adapting is still changing up who you are, whether it's
No, no,
how
no,
you
no,
speak.
no. No, no, no,
Hold on,
no.
let me finish like I heard you out. Whether
Okay,
it's
but
like
you
you
didn't let
said,
me finish though.
but I did.
Okay,
I paused
okay.
and you spoke again and you said that I may not understand. So again, I'm letting you know it's not a matter of a lack of understanding of why we code switch and how we code switch. I do it every day. But what I'm getting at is you can't say on one hand that you are your authentic self in every space, but on the other hand, you say that you adapt to fit in or to relate to certain individuals. If you have to change any mode of who you are
No, 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 no,
adapting.
no, no, baby
Because again,
cakes.
no, because
No, you didn't hear me.
the definition
Okay.
of adapt
Okay,
is to
Marvin, I'm coming
change.
out the box because this is not going where I need to do, and I don't want to argue. I'm coming out the box because there is a misunderstanding, and I'm not changing myself at all. So there
No,
is a
no, I
misunderstanding.
understand. I understand. Nobody's
There's
trying to
a
get you to change yourself, Brenda.
misunderstanding
You know
from
what I
where
mean?
I'm coming from. Because of my experience, I mean, where I'm coming from, I'm not changing
Hmm.
myself at all. So,
I got you.
Kenya, Akita, I thank God for you and I appreciate you, but I'm gonna come down because this is not an argument. This is not up for debate. You saying what you're saying, and I'm saying what I'm saying, and this is not in agreement. So I'm gonna come down, but I respect you, okay? And
Well,
so,
I
Marlon,
just want to add
you.
that I don't think there was a an argument or anything like
No,
that.
no, no.
It's
Hmm.
Wait,
just
sweetie.
no,
Kenya.
but
Wait a minute.
all I'm saying is that there are just
Two
very
different
different points
ideas.
of views, right?
Right.
Right.
That's all
Right.
it
There's
is.
That's
And
two.
I
all it
think
is.
Right. Two
in a
different point of
space
views.
in a
Right.
space that has been created for us, I think all points of view should be heard equally. I don't think, you know, I don't think Kita is not understanding what you're saying, Brenda. And Brenda, I don't think you are not understanding what Kita is saying. No one is saying that you are not yourself. I think the what was trying to, what we're trying to clarify, or what, and Kita, jump in if I'm incorrect, but it's
No,
just that
Kenya, I understand totally.
there is
Trust
an
me.
element of change that happens when you adapt, or when you assimilate, or when you interact with, in your case, a politician, right? It's not that it's not that you are not yourself when you are interacting with the politician. However, the words that you might use might be different, or maybe you would stand up when you speak to them versus sitting down if it was someone else. So there is an element of change that happens, and I think it goes back to the question, is that change real or fake? For you, Brenda, you have made it very clear that it's 100% you, and we respect that, and I don't think
Absolutely.
anyone is taking that away from you at all. But there
Right.
are
That's my
other
point.
people
That's
who
my point.
there are
That's
others
my point.
where we can kind of question, are they coming from a place of authenticity? Are they coming from a place of being real? And I think that's the discussion, the excuse me, that's the dialogue in which we're trying to have.
Mm.
No,
But I don't know how to jump out the box. Sorry.
No, no, you're good.
Kenya,
You're good.
I totally get what you're saying, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. I exactly right. I'm myself all the time, and that's what I was trying to say. And Keita, I get you, baby cakes. No disrespect, but thank you, Kenya, for clarifying that. Exactly my point.
All
Sometimes
right.
I have, let me let everybody know before we go. Sometimes the reason why I don't come all the time, because I have sometimes the way I express myself doesn't always come off with what I'm trying to say. This is why I don't be in the box a lot. So, but Keita,
I got you. All right, I'm
Marlon,
gonna
leave me
go ahead.
alone.
All right, Miss Brent, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put you out the box because I want to move on to the next part of it.
I
Okay.
love you all though, Keita and Kenya. Thank you so much.
All right. All right. Hey, thank you, goddaughter. She's telling me
Just
happy
real quick,
belated birthday.
in having dialogues like this, I'm always one to think outside the box, if you will. And I pride myself on, alternative thinking and believing, if you will. So I'm always going to look at it differently, or always maybe have an input, if you will. I don't think, or I think that we should all establish and understand that just because someone may have a differing opinion than your own doesn't mean that they are wrong or that you are right. It's just that y'all have a
Hmm.
difference of opinion, and that's okay. So being
Absolutely.
able to sit in that and have that dialogue should be important without demeaning somebody, or you know what I'm saying, making them feel less than. Okay,
Hmm.
I just want to
Yeah.
throw that
No,
out there.
no, and absolutely. I mean, and again, it's like even like you have said before, Kenya just said it. This platform is for you can have a difference of opinion, and that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. Again, we can't all think alike, right? That would be boring if we all think alike. It would be boring if people didn't challenge what we said. You know what I'm saying? So I love this. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stuff Kita can say, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't agree with that. Does that stop me from talking to my girl? Nah, I'll be free to Bill say some stuff, and I'll be like, man, go ahead, girl. But I'll see you tomorrow, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't hold nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody on there. I do want to read one of the comments. Free to be said, or it could be. Hold on, where's the other one? I think you stop being your authentic when you code switch to hide. Keyword: hide your true intentions. You know what I'm saying? That is
Now that's being fake.
That's being fake right there.
Deceitful.
That's being deceitful. You're code switching to manipulate somebody to think something. You know what I'm saying? So yes.
So when you do it on purpose, not by accident.
Intentions. No, when you do it with ill intentions.
When you do it with ill intentions, yeah.
Correct.
That's absolutely fake.
That goes back to what you were saying, Kenya, about people presenting their best self first, right? And not wanting people to see their flaws or what they're really like. So they present themselves, all the best versions of themselves first. You were kind of saying that earlier. So
yeah. Let's see. Kyoko,
with that definition, then I guess, to Kita's point, then we all, at the beginning of a relationship, we all show up fake. And I think, and I'm not saying that it's okay, but, based on the definition that we've all agreed to, right? That's what we're doing. Like a majority of us, when we start talking to someone, dating someone, we are showing up fake. We're not showing up as ourselves.
I show up as myself. That's probably why I don't date too much longer. I don't really show up fake. I'm gonna be honest. I've been single so long. I'm real comfortable with me, so I just let them know. Listen, this I don't like this. I don't like that. This is what, and it's like, okay, you pretty, but okay, I'm gonna just exit. Thank you. Go back to my peace. I love my peace. So.
I know that's right. Kyoko, the topic for tonight, anybody that's just joining us, welcome to the 100-100 podcast. Topic for tonight is, are you even real? When love feels too good to be true. A positive perspective. All right. We went through a few questions here. Here's another one. Here's another question. Can unfamiliar love trigger disbelief instead of comfort?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're not familiar with it, you're automatically going, wait a second, is this real? Because I've never had it. You know what I'm saying? If you have never experienced it, but if you go off of what society said or somebody else said, you see where I'm going?
Can you repeat it one more time? Because
Absolutely.
What tripped me up was unfamiliar love. And I for me, like, okay, can you repeat the question, please?
Absolutely. Can unfamiliar love trigger disbelief instead of comfort?
So what do we mean by unfamiliar love? Because if
love that you have never, if you've never had a love where somebody was actually being intentional, they were being consistent, that's an unfamiliar love to you. You have never experienced it. So it's hard for us sometimes, for people who have never experienced something, to believe that this is something that is actually real. Is this something in a movie? You know what I'm saying? Is this real, or is this somebody putting on this facade that's trying to manipulate me? You unfamiliarness is just we can go into a whole different realms of unfamiliar, but unfamiliar is just I'm not abreast.
We're not used to it. We don't know it.
I'm not used to it, right? You know, those who have been in relationships throughout years and whatnot, going through some makeups, the breakups and everything, you're familiar with what love is. You have felt it before. But for someone who has never felt it, let's think about it like this. Think about, for some of us, we got to think way back to our teenage years when we first fell in love, right? And we thought we was in love, right? We got our first little heartbreak from that girlfriend or that boyfriend. You're 15 years old and you're going, I don't like the way this feels. I don't like the way it feels because I've never felt it before. Not to say that it's going to ever feel good, but I'm just saying, or this person is showing you something and this goes, I don't know about that,
Well, wouldn't each new love interest be unfamiliar in their regard?
I would agree with that. I would
Absolutely.
absolutely
That's where I
agree
was
with
going
that.
with
And
it.
I think that's why I don't want to say that we chase
Appreciate
love,
that next level.
but that is the whole, like, when one relationship ends and you are ready to go into a new relationship, you're going into a new relationship because there's a need and a desire that you are seeking that usually is unfamiliar to you, because if it
Mm-hmm.
was familiar, the relationship that you had, it it wouldn't have ended. And you know so that's why I was kind of like stuck on that unfamiliar
Mm-hmm.
love concept in the way that
Yeah.
the question was phrased, because if I am entering the dating pool, it's always going to be unfamiliar, because what I had, if it was mine, it would still be mine. I wouldn't be on the pursuit of looking for something new. Like, it didn't, whether it's my decision or their decision,
Mm-hmm.
like, it didn't work out for a reason, and it just.
No, I definitely get what you're saying on that, Kenya, right? It will be unfamiliar because of the individual. But for someone who has experienced love and, what someone, how someone showed up, the only aspect of it is unfamiliar is just because you don't know this particular person. And that's with any relationship that you build with anyone. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah.
Well, would it be the possibility? Are we talking about like the possibility of what it can turn into versus the hope? Like some people. Well, I ain't gonna say some people. I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna just. Um, like me, sometimes like I have cousins and girlfriends, and they're like, "Girl, you just romanticize love." I treat each new interest like a new interest. Even if I have, like I shared earlier, you have experiences, you can't help but have those things like transcribed on your however you date. You can't help that. But I approach everything like, oh, this might be the person. This might be the one, like with a new excitement, with a new hope, with a new possibility. Even in that, that's still unfamiliar. But it's exciting. It's exciting unfamiliar, but it is unfamiliar. So I don't know. I guess is a possibility and like hope.
I, I
This
like
one.
what you said because the unfamiliar, and I like how you put the positive on it. And that's what I want this whole topic to be, is the positive of unfamiliar. It doesn't have to be a bad unfamiliar. You know what I'm saying? It can be a positive unfamiliar, like, man, this might be my person that's right here. You know what I'm saying? And not look at it in a negative, like, yeah, this person, man, this Negro showing up. He gonna do something that gonna mess it up. Nah, what about if he actually come in and this is something positive? You know what I'm saying? What if this person is really trying to be like an authentic person and really trying to like show up and just be your person? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I know I missed some comments here, so I don't know if anybody had a chance to read them. I'm gonna highlight a couple of them. Happy belated birthday to myself. That was on Monday. Okay. Listen, listen. Real peace feels strange before it feels safe.
Mm.
Yeah, free to be. I definitely agree with that. Birthday was on Monday, and big guy is up on the panel.
Happy
But love
birthday.
is
Happy
still
belated
love, and it
birthday.
shows up the same when it's real. And we got Spicy Pringle up here. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Let's see what else we got. So, Free to be said, what y'all think about what she said? One day we're gonna get Free to be up in here so she can actually talk and
Please.
put these words out here for
No, that's
all of
fine.
us to, because now I got to go back through the messages to say she says, but love is still love, and it shows up the same when it's real. So,
Thank you, big girl.
which part are you talking about, Free to be? What, or think about what? Because I'm not sure, because you had a few comments in between. But everybody else, while she's putting that in there, welcome in 100 podcast. Topic for tonight is, are you even real? When love feels too good to be true, a positive perspective. Okay? Positive. Um, she said what I just read. So I guess she wants to know what y'all think about either, or let me see what would be so. Um, I don't know.
You got lost. Oh.
I feel sad
Come
now.
back. Oh.
Marla needs you to put it back in the chat, Free to be.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I lost it somewhere in I don't know which one it was, because I'm reading statements and not necessarily a question. Hey, appreciate that, Brooklyn Babe. Jazz, welcome in. Um,
Hello, everybody. What's up,
big
brother
guy.
Marlon? I'm sorry
What's
I'm
up,
late.
brother?
Hello, chat. Hello, panel.
You good?
I'm working, brother.
Hey, man. Big up.
So,
Work, bro. Come
yeah.
early.
It's your turn. The other day, Marlon was working.
Oh, yeah. Now, this has been something coming. My contract has been coming, so I just been waiting. So I
Okay.
left. I didn't take anything with me, Marlon. I just left the house, bro.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
get it when you get there, bro.
Yeah.
Get it when you get there, bro.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, well, let's push on, y'all.
That echo, y'all.
Big guy, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, big guy, mute yourself right quick. There you go.
Oh,
Um,
I thought it was me for a second.
no, it's big guy. Sometimes when he's connected to his car, it'll do that.
Oh.
So that was the part of basically that whole section of where I was reading questions was basically the emotional shock of being in that relationship, and then it feels unreal. So the second part is the recognition. So this is different, right? Um, at recognition, you kind of realize the connection isn't overwhelming. It's actually grounding the whole situation. Like you're feeling grounded with the whole the aspect of what this person is presenting, and you know that person that you're dealing with now, they're not trying to impress you like we were saying before. They're not trying to impress you. They're just being present, which is sometimes for some people that have been in relationships and struggle in relationships and whatnot, a person that's just there, but they're not present.
Yep.
Like physically, they're there, but they're just not present for you to really have that relationship with. They're just a body, in other words. You know what I'm saying? Um, so the question that I pose out of that is, and I don't know if anyone would be able to answer this or not.
Thank you, Shada.
How do you recognize healthy love when you've never had it?
Oof.
When it teaches something good, I'll say, when it brings something good in your life, like, man,
I'll have to say it this way. Okay. So I had this one scenario where I'm dating this person. He's way older than me. Um, and I shouted in his house, "Hey, such and such, I want to say hi to you." And in his culture, you don't shout, you go and talk to them, right? But instead of him being rude about it, he teach me something about his culture in an intimate way. And then he told me something about him that I didn't know. And he was very sweet about it too. He's like, please, next time, just come and talk to me. I'll calm down and this and that. We don't do that. We found it disrespectful to do that and this and that. I'm like, okay. And that makes me think, okay, he wasn't rude, you know, he wasn't nasty
Mhm.
about it. He was teaching me something about his culture. And I appreciate that. I said, thank you. I said, thank you for teaching me that
Mhm.
about you and your culture. And I'm sorry, I never meant to disrespect you, you know? So I think when he's teaching you and brings you something good in your life and you be like, whoa, okay, that's different, kind of balance everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like that.
yeah.
Let's see.
So
Brooklyn Babe says when they bring out the best in you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, that's part of
that's
that.
real. Let's see.
I have a question. This is something I always like discuss with people in relationships because you said, and not to go off topic too much, but you said healthy love, and how you know if you never experienced it. But I kind of want to like take that. Okay, so I just have this concept. I'm going to say me. I have this concept that another person is not responsible for how you feel loved in a relationship. That's healthy love for me is about you showing up as a whole person healed and that other person showing up as a whole person. But when we come in a relationship with the expectancy, whether it is like outright or hitting or whatever, but with the expectancy of the other person making you feel a way or making you feel complete, is it fair? Or should it be, again, two whole people showing up and exhibiting healthy love amongst each other, and then that love is felt? Or is it that I depend on my mate to make me feel love and I put this expectation on them to make me feel good and to make me feel better? And oh, the minute they don't do it, oh, he's not adding to my life because he doesn't make me feel a way. Now, I'm not saying a person should be a complete, but if they are showing up whole, healthy, and well, and they're pouring out the love that's just in them anyway, is that enough? So I don't
So
even.
I'm gonna go with number two. Number two is, and if you're showing up with 100, and the other person is showing up at 100, 100 podcast, and you are both showing up whole and healed, then you're not going to be looking for that person to make you anything. That person is going to add to what you already have, right? Nobody
Yep.
can make you happy. No, you have to be to someone should come into a relationship like I don't make my wife happy. I add to her happiness. Period. I cannot make her happy. But when I know what she enjoys that gives her joy, what gives her happiness, I add to it. You know what I mean? That's how when you come into that relationship, and to your point of saying, like recognize it's something that you never had before. If a person shows up and a person is giving you something that you never experienced in a positive way, again, I'm keeping it positive,
Mm-hmm.
that you've never experienced, and you can see that as a positive, then that's a good thing because they're giving you an experience that you never felt. They're giving you something you never felt,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not to say that it's not going to be something that's lasting and going to have longevity. It's to say I'm giving you something that you haven't had before. You know, because the only way somebody's going to experience what healthy love is they're going to have gone through something to identify, to know that this is something that's healthy. Again, if it's something that makes you feel good, that's healthy. It's no
But
different than going on, like when you on a diet. You go and you stop eating the greasy food and you go and eat a salad. You feel different from eating a greasy cheeseburger versus a salad. A
is that
cheeseburger might
more?
have taste good, huh?
Is that? I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I don't want to interject. You were finishing your thought.
No, I was just saying that greasy cheeseburger might taste good, but that salad made you feel better.
Yeah,
You
and
know, you
deep inside is better for you than the other dish, for sure.
right. Yeah.
But
Hmm.
when you said, I guess the part I'm kind of on is like, if you've never experienced healthy love, wouldn't that healthy love start with oneself and you showing yourself that love through your healing
Absolutely.
and your wholeness? So that
Yeah.
is you, in
Yes. That's
fact.
just like you say, coming into something where you are a healed person. You may not have experienced a healthy love because you've never had it. So now you got
But
to make
it
sure that
starts
you're
with
healed to
you.
come into it.
It starts with you. I
Hmm.
guess that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the healthy love
Absolutely.
starts with me. So if I have
Yeah.
learned how to love myself in a healthy way, because putting yourself in a situation where you're experiencing unhealthy love, like I was trying to say earlier, has less to do with the other person and more to do with your ability to love yourself properly. I guess that's what I'm saying. So once you learn how to love you healthy, then it's kind of like you attract that healthy love back. So I guess the mark that would then mean for me that me experiencing healthy love starts with me loving myself in a way that is healthy and me knowing what that's like because I had my own experiences with me loving myself first. And so anything that doesn't love me like I love me, I automatically reject. But that's the only premise I would be able to base it on. I guess I wouldn't think more about unhealthy love versus a healthy love, but more about how have I cultivated a healthy love relationship with me and how I love myself. Because that's what I'm going to project out, and that's what I'm gonna attract back to me. I guess I don't.
I
That's
think you're right.
Well,
And I feel that if you don't love yourself, you shouldn't be getting in a relationship anyways because you have some unhealed wounds and you don't quite know
hmm
yourself.
that's
The
what Keita
moment
said
you
earlier.
feel that you are ready to be partnered, coupled in a relationship, right? That is you kind of making a declaration to yourself that I am loved. I love me. I am loved. I am worthy and ready to accept and receive love from others. Because your life is yours. If you love yourself, life is good. But what you're looking for is someone to complement your life, right? Somebody where you can build with, somebody that will continue to provide you with safety, consideration, thoughtfulness, right? And
Mm.
again, I said it before, when you are a part of a couple, there are going to be some challenges, right? But those challenges, if you truly love the person, you are willing to put in the work. You have a desire to stay and put in the work and build and grow and fix and make sacrifices for the person. So I feel that, how do you know if you never had experienced healthy love? I think I'm going to go back and change it. Once you are in a relationship, once you love yourself fully and truly, you already know what healthy love looks like, right? Because you are giving it to yourself. You love yourself. But when you are going into a relationship, you are looking for somebody to complement that love, right? Not to be in disaccord, not to be combative with it, but to kind of like come into as one. And
Mm-hmm.
so how do you, if you haven't experienced healthy love with an individual, how do you know it's real? Well, I think it goes back to what Marlon was saying. It's like it's a feeling, right? And I know people are going to be like, well, feelings are fleeting. Yes, they are, but the feeling won't flee if it is in fact real. And if it makes you feel like all of the things that you need. What I need in a relationship: safety, communication, emotional awareness, things of that nature. If I am getting it, then I am going to want to stay and be a part of that relationship and see where it goes. It's going to make me feel like that is love.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Kenya. Wait, I'm just sorry, but free to be, she is saying a lot. And I just thank you, Kenya, because you said you talked about oneness.
Mm-hmm.
And for disclaimer, of course, I'm an unmarried person. I'm not married, but I do study my word, not to take it on a whole spiritual route, but what I look for in a partner is how they love themselves. Because when you become one and you're in covenant, the man is to, or whoever, I'm not trying to disrespect whoever, man, woman, whatever you believe in, but the man is to love the woman like he loves himself. But that's secondary. Primary, he
I
is
got you,
to
big guy.
love the woman like he loves his creator and how he's aligned with his father, his spirit, whatever he subscribes to. So it always starts with that core. But I'm looking to see how a man loves himself, because don't look to me to be able, and not in a mean way, but we live in this new culture, and we all in different age groups, but I want my partner to make me feel away, or I want my woman to encourage me and motivate me to be this and that. Listen, a certain element of that has to live in you already. I can't
Mm.
put the expectation on myself, or I wouldn't even put it on you with this expectation that you need to make me feel a certain way. And the minute you don't, even though I might act cool about it, I secretly have this resentment toward you. And now I'm saying, oh, he didn't, like you were using the word compliment, and I feel that, but it's like, he didn't give me these things. He didn't make me feel like I could do this or that. How was this man loving himself? And that's why I went back to like the wholeness and you loving on you, because that's what you're going to attract. And then also looking to see how this man loves him, because that's going to be a reflection of how he loves you. If he's already battling certain things and how he shows up for himself, and if he has commitment issues in other areas of his life, or he can't, how is he going to show up for me? Why would I have that expectation? I could have that expectation, but I'm already setting myself up for failure. And I get passionate, so let me just shut up. But yeah.
No, you good. You good.
Fire
All
away.
right. Let me give my boy Big Guy. He been patient with me. He done raised his hand like he walking in church and down the choir, and he need his hand. His hand is raised. All right, Big Guy.
Forget you, Marlon. So I guess so many things have come in to the conversation from what I was wanting to say initially, but definitely along the lines of what you were saying, Marlon, when you said, it's a feeling. Um, we're trying to, I guess, have an understanding of what that is, of what love is by experience. And when we look at the simplicity of it, maybe let's take it all the way back to the place of us not even realizing what we're looking at or looking for. Meaning, I feel like we learn it as kids, not as an adult with getting into a relationship. I think we learn it as kids by watching our parents or our parent being in their relationship or relationships. You get an understanding of what's healthy and what's not healthy by that feeling that you speak about, Marlon.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, let's take it the example of a male that is being raised by his mother, but she's dating, you're not going to want another male come in and mistreat your mother. You have an instinctive feeling of how you would want your mother to be treated as a young boy because of the
Mm-hmm.
love that she's shown you. So you're innately learning that what love is from the feminine standpoint, and vice versa. If your father's raising you or if both of your parents are raising you, then you get it a little bit, you know, at a slower pace because, again, you're not thinking about that at that age, but you do understand and realize what love is. It's when you become older that you start to try, sorry about that, that you start to try to apply what you think you know about love or how to feel or love someone. So, I say all of that because, or to catch up to the conversation with, these expectations of what we would want somebody to bring forward to see if, do they love themselves? Do they know how to love me? Will they know how to love me? And, of course, from their side, vice versa. And getting an understanding of them. So that was just my take. Like I said, I was way back with trying to catch up to what y'all were talking about now, but I just
Nah, you
wanted to
got it,
say
bro.
that.
You
Do
you
we?
you went right into where we were going with. You went right into where we was going with it. Let's see. Free to Be says, "Love is more than a feeling to me. It has patterns of presence, care, and responsibility. It's action." Fair. I will definitely say it's action. It's definitely action. And yes, everything Big Guy just said was deep. You know what I'm saying? Because that brother don't know how to do nothing else but go deep. So
I love it.
you know what I'm saying? So
So, how many people have ever thought about that? Like, man,
nah.
as a kid, I'm learning how to love without knowing that I'm learning how to love. Like, and I get that from I was fortunate enough to have both of my parents in the household, and
You got
I've
that from your
seen.
father.
Yeah, well, nah, I got
Really?
this just from what I picked up
Okay.
between them. I've seen my
Yeah.
parents love on each other. I've seen my parents argue and fuss and you know just all everything. I've seen everything, and I came to say, well, I guess I'm different, but at a young age, I always said I never want to argue. You know what I'm saying? I never want to use foul language or, come out the side of my face at somebody wrong or inappropriately. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen that. I've seen all of it. And I've
Mm-hmm.
also seen, how to, how my father loved on my mother, how my mother loved on my father. And I'm like, yeah, that part.
That's the part you
That's what I
want.
wanted. Like all the time. This is what I want all the time. Not
Yeah.
sometime, but all the time. This is how I want to
Absolutely.
do it. As a matter of
Absolutely.
fact, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it any other way. And you grow, you get older, you get in your relationship, and you find out that hey, well, that thought process wasn't, it's not guaranteed that that's how that's going to happen, but you can you can doggone sure try your best to make it happen. And then that was the building part that I'm sorry, my phone is bouncing all around. I can't see the young lady to my left
Can
with me
you?
looking at. Yes, to what Kenya was saying earlier. But yeah, that's my little take.
I
So Big
got
Guy
you.
said something that I want to share, something that I wrote. I don't know where I got it from, but I did write it down because he said something that matches something that I wrote in my journal, right? So I wrote, loving someone is the emotion. Being in love is the commitment. The intention is the daily decision. One is a feeling, the other is the foundation. Loving is soft, being in love is the work. And what Big Guy said that he's experienced and asked about, can the person love me and can I love the person, made me think about all of this, like building the foundation, right? Putting in the work, putting in the effort, is something that is important. Love, yes, it's a feeling. It's something that it makes us feel good, right? So, but it also, I think somebody put it in the chat as well, it's also an action as well. It needs to be actioned, it needs to be activated.
Yes,
Kenya, where you
yes.
been at? Like, why you
Fingers.
been on the panel? Like, what
Like
is up with
poetry.
that?
Right? That was that. Yeah, yeah.
What'd you say, Keita?
Yeah.
Ask Kenya, why hasn't she been on the panel? Like, she's been in the comments hiding. Like, we need to hear this. Like, yes, where you been,
This is
girl?
Kenya's first time. I was
I
in
know.
Kenya's live this morning, where she had to
Mm.
make sure, want to see what we would change about what we did from how we woke up this morning. Oh, I pay attention. So understand, I don't forget.
Kenya, can you read
And
that
thank you for
again?
that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you read that again, Kenya, please? Like, I need to hear it over.
Yeah, what I
And big
and
guy mute
honestly,
right quick.
I wish it were my words. I got it from somewhere, but I don't know where. And it said, loving someone is the emotion. Being in love is the commitment. The intention is the daily decision. One is a feeling, the other is a foundation. Loving is soft. Being in love is work.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Loving is soft. Oh, that's my
Oh my gosh, isn't it? It's
mantra. Oh,
supposed to be. I want to be soft from now on. I don't
that's what
but
I'm gonna
loving
I would like to
loving is work. Being in love, excuse me, being in love is work. But loving is supposed to be soft and enjoyed.
I went over that whole part, but I love the part about loving is soft. I love that part.
And that's
Okay.
to show you that as humans, like, that is one of our needs. It's not even a want, it's a need. It's something that we crave. It's something that we all not just want it, but we need it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of us have a hard time finding it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like all of that. Which brings me to my next question. For anybody that's just joining us, welcome to the 100. Make sure you guys are grabbing that daily heart me up there by my name, liking and sharing. So we're at the stage of recognition, and what this is feeling different, because the topic of tonight is, are you even real? When love feels too good to be true, a positive perspective. What signs show this isn't just attraction, but alignment? What does someone show that says, you know what? This ain't just an attraction, thinking about the realness of things, right? This isn't just an attraction, but I feel like we're really aligned. Thank you for the heart meets.
That sounds like a lyric to a love song or to like a rap.
So I actually, when I coined this here together, it's actually based upon Teddy Swim's song, "Are You Even Real?" Now, if you ever listen to the songs and the lyrics of the songs, yeah, my dude go deep with it. You know what I'm saying? Are you even real? So yeah, what signs show that there's just an attraction, not just an attraction, but alignment? So Big Guy says, creating safety and peace for one's self-health. Yes. Yeah, you walked into a safe space with this person, right? something that you have probably been craving for or deserve, or you know that's what you want, intentions, and you're walking into this safe space where this person is allowing you to tell them who you are and who they what you are and what's important to you, and they're creating this peace. And let's say what you have been looking for something you hadn't had in your past was peace, and now this person is saying, "Hey, look, you are in a safe space. I want you to be authentically who you are. I want you to be at peace." You know what? Maybe that person expressed to the other person, "Hey, I came from this," or maybe it could have been something that they know. Could have been somebody and they seen what you went through and said, "I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you go through what I've seen you go through before. I'm going to be your safe space." It sounds like me and my wife. Yeah, it is. I digress. Keita, raise hand. I like that. I love how we use the comment section.
Okay. I just want to ask, how do we ever really know if someone truly is in alignment with us? Like, we go through so many phases in the different relationships, as we already discussed. There are people who put on this facade, if you will, and show their representatives and code switch initially. But how do we ever really know? I think that we choose people and think that they are in alignment based off what we feel we've learned from our past selves. As Big Guy mentioned, we feel as if we've chosen that person, but sometimes again, that person could not be for us, could not ultimately be in alignment, and we find ourselves being divorced and remarried. No offense to anybody, but again, we think that these people
Offended.
are
I'm messing with you. I'm joking. Go for it. I'm joking.
oh, but I'm just saying, like, do we ever really know? Because I'm sure the people who we gave our all to and were in love with, they felt like an alignment, but then it turned out they weren't. So we had to try again, right? So it's like, do we really know? Or do
I
we just
mean,
think that we are in alignment and we go with what feels good until it doesn't?
it goes back to what you said earlier, Keita. And I think Kenya said, and I think just know the lady said it as well. When we show up authentically who we are and we show up as healed, that rest of it will show itself. You will know if you're in alignment because you're showing up aligned. And if someone is in alignment with your core values and what's important for you, and they're showing up in alignment, and it's not something that you're telling them to do or you have mentioned, and they just showing up and they're without you having to tell someone, that's an alignment piece right there. Does that mean that it's going to last forever? No. I'm saying at that particular moment, like you're speaking on, in that alignment, right? If someone can show up and hit, for the sake of words, check the box that you're trying to check without you having to tell them what to check, that person is in alignment with what's important for you. Of course, everybody's going to be different, but that person is showing up how you want without you having to tell them. You know what I'm saying?
If that person is showing up for themselves, I'm gonna go back to, for me, the metric is how they love them. If they're fighting like hell for themselves and we're aligned,
Mm-hmm.
fight for me like hell. Like, don't choose me, don't forsake me, because you're not giving up on you. You showing up for you every day. So when it gets a little hard, because it will, show up like you would show up for yourself on those hard days. We get on our own nerves sometimes, but we still show up for us. We don't throw in the towel when we get on our own nerves. We keep showing up for us. So show up, keep showing up. Show up like you would show up for you. That's the metric for me. How you show up for you, how you love you. I'm in alignment with you. We're one. Love me the same. That's it. That's all.
All right. Hey, what's up, Kia? Welcome up.
Hi guys, how y'all doing?
I know, right? She solved that one, didn't she? My wife in the background, she hearing everything. She's like, "Oh, she said that." um, I don't even know where I was about to go with this one next. Um,
Next question.
okay, next one. Um, y'all know how I do. I get wrapped up. So, part three, next number three, right? Vulnerability. So, when I posed the question of, are you even real, right? There's a part of this where vulnerability plays a part, right? Because vulnerability is a part where you ask yourself, can I trust this? Can I trust this? Um, so this is basically saying the fear isn't that love isn't real, it's that it might be taken away. Vulnerability becomes the real risk, not the relationship. So here's the questions. Why is it harder to trust peace than chaos? Why is it harder to trust peace than chaos?
I personally think, this is my opinion, that peace, peace is, even I guess when you sort of define it, peace can and sometimes has been developed from chaos. So understanding your own chaos will give you peace.
I think
Okay,
I think we
go ahead, Kia.
become I think we become conditioned to the chaos that our nervous system tends to crave it if you have toxic bonds and things like that. You can, it's like that person is not good for you, but you still want that person around, type thing. It's so peaceful that it is just is uncomfortable. I think our nervous system kind of get used to toxicity at some point to where
Mm-hmm.
you condition for it in a sense.
Nah, and that goes right along with what Frida B said. Maybe chaos taught you how to survive, but peace asks you to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is something that's hard for a lot of us to be, right? And then Brooklyn Bay said because that's what a lot of people is used to. And then just Nola lady said it come on nervous system, right? Like, to your point, like, we're so prone from what we have seen that chaos creates a level of comfort for most people. If it's not chaos, it's like, oh, I need to know that this person is XYZ, boom, 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 doing this, and this, and it's a chaotic state because we have put so much emphasis on chaotic things and activities as being real, as opposed to being able to recognize that the part that we need to have is just our own level of vulnerability to see a different side of real, in my opinion.
Your
I
That
am
part,
not a
Marlon.
therapist, as my shirt says. I'm just a man who's been through some things. So,
your brain gets I think a dopamine hit when you go
okay.
through um chaotic situations. It's like a high for some people sometimes,
What's up,
um
son?
to where
Say that.
they go ahead, Kita.
I say that. I said, say that. I'm agreeing with you, girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
to
no,
where
she's great. And I'm just telling my son what's up.
they are like used to it. It's like an addiction somewhat. Um, if I haven't had that dopamine, I'll create chaos for some people. They just have to have it because they're so used to it and their nervous system is used to it. Um, And so they're not even aware of it if they're not, in tune with their star player, which is themselves. They don't even, be aware with that. So
Mm.
it's really internal.
So,
Oh,
Kid, you feel like that's something that makes a person feel normal?
Absolutely. If you are not aware of the toxic traits that could be generational, it could be again things that you are accustomed to from childhood. A lot of us are just adults with a lot of childhood trauma that we carry along with us. So and that also deals with us when it's time to be vulnerable. If we haven't had a safe space and taught to be safe as a child, you tend to, deal with a lot of people that lie a lot. And that cannot be vulnerable because they never had that safe space to do so.
Mm.
So it's deep. It's real deep.
Yeah, yeah. King, you like you about to say something.
Mhm.
You know, there's so many great things have just been said, and it's making me think about, you know, my environment, and either do I create chaos, or am I, you know, the if we need to get biblical, like, we live in a sinful world, so sin is chaotic, right? But how
Yeah,
much of that
yeah.
chaos am I creating? It makes me ask that question. Hearing everything that is said, and yeah, I agree with I am Kia P. Like, yeah, it so used to it that when you don't have it, it's kind of like it's an addiction, I'm craving it,
the
It
part
It's like
is.
I
I'm
personally,
smoky from Friday, right? No, poopy
Yeah.
from like, it's just calling me,
Angie,
right?
welcome in.
But I also feel that me as a person, as an individual, and I'm only speaking for myself, I think in the right environment, in the right places, and with the right individual, I can easily be vulnerable in a chaotic space. So I was just me kind of scratching my head, kind of like figuring out, like, um one, how much chaos do I create, not only for myself, but if I create it for myself, chances are I'm creating it for other people. But can chaos and vulnerability coexist? Can two things be true at the same time?
oh, and just to, I'm
Mm.
sorry because it's just too much. I had to say, oh, like it was just, but to I am Kia P's point, I like what you said about the awareness piece. It starts there. People are going around unaware, and you explain the nervous system, and we know some people's nervous system is always activated, always on fight or flight mode. And co-regulation and regulation is a practice, and not many people know how to practice regulation and co-regulation. And it made me think about your point earlier, Marlon, in speaking about alignment. It kind of went off like a light bulb. That is alignment for me, someone that can naturally, without me telling them, co-regulate me, because life is going to be about ebbs and flow. We're never going to get to a point where we don't experience stressors in life. So for someone that had to live with a completely activated nervous system all the time, and what I mean is like fight or flight activated, because to I am Kia P's point, if it was an environmental factor, if it was a generational factor, you are going to constantly operate, some of us, in a state of fight or flight mode. And it's very hard to regulate and bring it down without awareness, number one, and without skills, number two, on how to regulate and co-regulate yourself to bring down or turn off that alarm system. That was
Mm.
good. Profound. Thank you. I am Kia P.
You
All
guys are
right.
absolutely welcome. Very well said. Is that just new?
Nola lady.
No, the lady. Okay, just the Nola lady. Absolutely. And to Kenya's point, I agree with you too that I do believe that vulnerability can exist within chaos, because on the other side of chaos, for those of us who have, you can thrive in it. I mean, you learn great survival skills, that in certain other people, will go through these things and it would totally shake their world up. But because you have been so used to being in toxic situations, it kind of give you a way to survive as well. So it's not all 100% negative. It do give you a skill set of survival that you can thrive in areas where other people can't, because you're used to dealing in those chaotic situations. So I do believe that, yeah, once you are aware, you can be vulnerable. Absolutely.
So awareness I think that's the highlight of what everyone is saying. Awareness is the highlight of what it is. As long as someone is aware, they can be vulnerable, right? Let's see. Frida B
Absolutely.
said, "People are in disbelief that love can exist without pain. Love doesn't require pain; it requires that vulnerability." Absolutely. Let's see what else I missed here. Yes, it was some pain. I love some boom, boom, boom. Big guy, go
That was
for it.
kind of the point that I was trying
Big
to
guy,
make.
go for it.
That was the point that I was trying to make with the short comparison between chaos and peace. Absolutely agreeing with definitely, the brain finding, the as was it Kia, I'm sorry, to my right.
Kia's fine. Kia's
I'm in
fine.
so actually I'm getting ready to go across something. I'll be bouncing. So y'all go ahead.
Yeah, he's driving. But I think he was basically saying is he's in agreement with everything, right? So I just throw the other question up in the comment right quick. Let you guys take a look at that right quick. So, what does it take to receive love without guarding it? That's the question. This is still under the subtopic of vulnerability, of being able to trust. That the highlight of the topic is, are you even real? That's right, Free to be. Get on him. You heard what your therapist, your physical therapist said, and your life coach. Be safe. But yes, what does it take to receive love without guarding it? It is vulnerability a part of it? Is it something more that we haven't discussed? What more does it take that you don't have to have your guards up and you can just say, I welcome this. And I will say one part that everybody has kind of has harped on was the healing part. I think healing is a part of it that, if you heal, you're able to receive. If you're not healed, you're not going to receive it. I think that's like number one, in my opinion. But again,
I don't think it should. I don't
I am
think it
not a
should be
therapist.
guarded, Marlon.
You said what?
That's I said in my opinion, I don't think it should be guarded. Like that's my thing. Why guard what we call love? And maybe it's just different because I'm a male. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna have a jacked up relationship over here and have years or time spent and now I'm upset about things that have happened or stuff that's happened and then now I start guarding my I mean you to me that's like it's almost a waste of you. Like why guard what's
Mm.
supposed to be given for free? Love is what make we all well money makes the world go. No, love does. Love does. And I say love in all facets. You have the love of life, you have the love of money, you have the love of people, you have the love of clothes, and so forth, etc., etc. Right? So
I got you.
why guard it?
Okay.
If we're
Fair
talking
enough.
about the emotional side of it, why guard it? Let it be
I
what it's
got you.
going to be.
Okay. Well, Keita got her hand raised. I think she wants to dive into that. Go ahead, Keita.
I do. Speaking from a woman, right? And I can understand your point of view from a male's perspective. From a woman, we get approached all the time, and a lot of men approach us with the facade initially because they want something from us. They want sex, if you will. Not everybody's out here looking for a relationship. And oftentimes, because we've gone through these situations, and similar to what Brooklyn Bay was saying too, we go through these situations that we could have PTSD from. So it's not that we're intentionally all the time choosing to guard ourselves or guard our hearts. It's just now we're moving with caution. And caution and putting your guard up, sometimes they can go hand in hand, if you will. Okay, we're being more cautious and stepping more appropriately and trying to observe what is being, thrown at us before we just give all of ourselves to this situation and be free.
No, I agree 100% with you, Keita. And that's why I said from a male's perspective, because you are absolutely right. You find a lot of guys that, that's what they want. They want sex. You find some women too that, they want something from you, but more so men than females. But I say that with, um, oh, shoot.
All right. He's good. He driving. He trying to get this money. So
All
um
right.
his phone probably dropped just then, so it automatically went on mute. But um I think see Free to Be gonna get you, bro. So, no, you're not the only one hearing the echo, Crystal. Welcome in, welcoming in. It's big guy. When his phone is on, everybody normally has to go on mute. I actually have to mute when big guy is on because it's connected to his car. But welcome in, love. Welcome in. Um, Topic for tonight is are you even real? Um, when love feels too good to be true, a positive perspective of it. We was just actually speaking on vulnerability. Um, and we was talking about what does it take to receive love without guarding it. Um, thank you for the heart, me daughter. Appreciate it. Um, what does it take to receive love without guarding it? Um, I think again, I go back to what my previous statement was healing. I think that's the top one. You got to be healed. You know what I'm saying? You got to be healed because I don't think an unhealed person can see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they can see it. I don't think they will allow vulnerability to be in play
Wait,
to
Marlon, I'm back. I'm back. I did. I hit my mute button and dropped the phone.
I already knew what it was.
But I wanted to finish what I was going to say to Keita because she's right. It's an understanding of not guarding it, but understanding love from lust. There's two different things. You know, with lust thing, you definitely in which most guys are wanting sex from a woman or something from a woman versus love. So that was what I wanted to finish with. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
May
Um,
I say something?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Kia.
I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I think you are to give it freely, but it is the form of love. It's a certain form of love that we should give freely. And then because there's different types. And I think the
Mhm.
more that we get aware, I'm going to use that word again, or more in tune with the different types of love, then you can guard who deserves what type, if that makes sense. I think being a believer, yes, we are to render love without guarded in a certain aspect, show everyone godly love. But when it comes to relationships, there should be some type of guard on your heart, because the word also says that too. So I think it's a combination of both, and just really being aware and knowledgeable as to what love are you going to render to this individual. Which category do they need to fit in? Everybody don't deserve my whole heart, but everybody do deserve the love of God from me, if that makes sense.
Okay. When you say not your whole heart, give me a little bit more.
For example, what the level of love that I will give my daughter or my mother, or a wholehearted love. Everyone that come in contact with does not get that level of love. Now, I may, if I see you in need, I may give you $1 or have empathy or try to help you from just having a loving heart and the love of God. But I may not bring you into my home and let you live here. It's just the level of, I won't be wholehearted. You have to decide which area these people fit into. I think we just have to be more aware of who we encounter and what they bring and what level of ourselves they deserve. Sometimes
Okay.
we'll give a person our whole heart and they really don't deserve that. They just deserve the love of God, just basic love of God. So I
Fair
don't know if
enough.
that.
Kenya,
I
go
have a
for it.
I have a question. And thank you for that. I am Kia. So my question is, are we entering in relationships with expectations? And when we enter with expectations, that's when the guard goes up, because we're kind of testing our partner to see, can you meet that expectation? Because Kia said something about the different levels and the different degrees of love. But when we are in relationships, right? And we're talking mainly about romantic relationships, because granted, I'm my question is around romantic relationship. Are we
Mm-hmm.
testing our partners? Is there an expectation? And if they pass the test, then we let our guard down. But then we also put another guard up because there's another test. And I think if we can go into wholeheartedly into relationships as healed individuals, the healed individuals that we think that we are, shouldn't we be in a position where we remove the expectations so that we can fully become one and immerse in this softness of love?
Ooh,
I agree.
ooh,
I think that we have been conditioned to have expectations. I think
ooh.
we've been conditioned to have expectations. However, a healed version, you get to see how people love and decide if that fits you. That way you're not dictating how a person should be, trying to control them, having expectations, because you're absolutely right. I think
Ooh,
as a
wait a
healed
second.
person, you have to
Hey.
sit back and really vet the person and see, hey, the way you love, hey, is good for how you love for you, but it does not fit for me. And
Mm.
it's okay. But we have been conditioned, like you said, Kenya, to have these expectations. But I've been taught and have learned that expectations set you up for failure. So
Mm.
Come
Ooh,
on.
Marlon,
Come on.
Marlon, this, it
Ooh,
brought me
Come
back to
on
ooh,
now.
you.
Come
ooh.
It brought
on.
me back to you, Marlon. We had
Preach,
that
preach,
conversation,
preach,
and
Come on
preach.
everybody
now.
was on you about you not
Everybody was
having
on me about these
expectations with your
expectations,
wife.
man.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
Come on.
Ooh,
I'm over here. Boy, that shit was
Ultimately
eating
answers
me
the
up over
question.
here. I'm sitting here like, woo.
I have to say, I know I stumbled across you guys yesterday, but I feel like I've known you guys for like forever. This has been such a beautiful conversation, all around.
Yeah. No. And that's how we try to keep it, And it's not, and trust me, understand, we all We'll disagree. We will agree. But this is a safe space for everybody, right? But that whole thing with expectations, we go back and forth every week about this thing with expectations because I don't have any expectations. Like when I talk about me and my wife, I don't have any expectations. I don't. We have requirements of our relationship. That's what it is. We don't have expectations because expectations, people are going to fail you. Period. And if you expect someone to do something and when they don't do it, it puts you in a whole different mindset because you are going to be mad, but I'm not going to get in that right now. So, number 4. We went through all of these. Now this is the acceptance part. Now you got to accept. Maybe this is real. Maybe this is real what we have and this person is coming. You know, the whole topic was, are you even real? Now you have to accept the fact that they have done every single thing and now you got to go, maybe this is real. So now you have to get to the part where you stop looking for the cracks. You allow the consistency to be consistent. You know, basically love no longer needs to prove itself, right? It just simply shows up. That's what I think majority of most people want is they don't want to have to prove their self of love. They want the love to just show up. And when it shows up, it's being authentically what it is. It's just being someone who is loving you for who you are, not looking for how well you can code switch. Because we all understand, we all going to code switch at some point. We all going to do something to show the representative. It's just as long as that representative is still the person that is still represented throughout the whole relationship. There's nothing wrong with a representative. As long as the representative is the person that shows up throughout the whole dang on relationship. You know what I'm saying? So here's the question. What changes when you stop waiting for the other shoe to drop? Because that's what's been happening the whole time. But thinking about, is it real? We're waiting for this other shoe to drop. But what changes when you stop waiting for the other shoe to drop?
We move to commitment.
Bam! Come on. Talk to
Once
me, Kenya.
there's going to be a shift. And once that shift happens, like we are committed. We are on the road to commitment. Commitment could be, it doesn't always have to be marriage. It could be a life partner, companionship, but there is something that is lifelong. Because once, yeah, it's for me, hearing your question, it's, we're moving to commitment. Somebody's moving somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, when you finally move on to that commitment, you have to ask yourself now, am I allowing myself to be chosen fully? Am I allowing myself? Because so often we want to allow ourselves to feel, to get, to learn, to have so many things. You have to allow yourself. This is when you have to give yourself grace. This is when you have to forgive yourself. This is where you have to say, I have healed. Are you allowing yourself to be chosen fully?
And that I just want to underscore, I used the word chosen earlier. Chosen, yes, thanks. Not that it's a big deal. I wasn't trying to, but
Get your accolades.
that's what I meant when I said chosen and not forsaken. I dropped it in the chat. I think and like I didn't everyone was talking, but this idea of being a healed virgin, I wanted to go back to that real quick. I think using the word healing, because I don't think we completely heal.
Yes.
In one regard we may, but then in another regard we're going to continue
on,
to
somebody.
evolve. So this healed virgin, it sounds really nice, but
Come on.
I'm healing the healing version of me. that version of me should be chosen. I think chosen, commitment. We always break commitments all the time. No offense, we'll commit to a 10-year, agreement, be like, oh, I'm not gonna honor this commitment. But to make a choice and to choose something and for it to become again
That.
like you, I mean, that's different. Oh, she said,
Yeah.
Pastor said I'm healed, so I'm healed. I know
Hey,
that's right.
Just the Nola lady, that is spot on. And I think I was the one that said healed version, but you are right, because we're always evolving, and
yes.
therefore we should always be healing. We should always.
Yes.
So you're absolutely right on
Absolutely.
that. Yes,
I think,
yes.
yeah, when it comes to heal, I think we should take note that the act of healing is not that we won't be triggered by our partner's actions. It's a matter of how we are triggered, how we react when we are triggered. You know what I mean?
Our
That's the difference.
response.
Kita, another
Absolutely.
one. Yep, because it's our reaction to their action, right? Or
Yes.
the situation. It's our reaction.
Because see,
Yeah.
healing is a growth. You got to say, have I grown enough to say that with my partner, when they do a certain thing, have I grown enough to say, you know what, that's who they are, and that particular thing, it doesn't make or break our relationship. That's just a part of who they are, and I accept that. That still goes back into that acceptance of everything that transpired before. Boy, y'all just dropped a whole bunch on right now. I don't even know where to go. I lied. I know where to go. Gratitude, number 5.
You
This
are.
is real. This is real. This is the last one, because I know we're gonna get out of here. Number 5 is gratitude. So thinking about the whole topic of what it was, are you even real? Just to highlight, so we all on the same level. Number 1 was emotional shock. This feels real. Number 2 was recognition. This is different. Number 3 was vulnerability. Can I trust this? Number 4 is acceptance. Maybe this is real. And number 5 is gratitude. This is real, and I deserve it. This is the part where you tell yourself, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to have that committed person. I deserve to have consistent love. I deserve to have these things because I am, as you guys have eloquently put, I am healing. You know what I'm saying? I am healing. So now love becomes less of about a disbelief. It becomes more of an appreciation that you were chosen, right? The choice. You were chosen at this point. You're no longer asking yourself, is this real? You're saying, thank you for being real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so you get to a point where you have to sit there and, like, for my own self, right? I tell my wife, thank you for being who the hell you are, because I've gone through so much. I have gone through so much, and thank you so much for being the person that you say that you was going to be. So I know how to continuously show up for her. You know what I'm saying? And it goes for every surrounding, right? Being able to be thankful. And I think that's the part of a relationship where some of us, and I even look at myself in the past where I didn't feel thankful in the relationship because that wasn't the relationship for me. I didn't feel the gratitude in the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, it's like they say in church, when you can't say anything, just say ouch. Ouch.
Just say ouch. You know what I mean? Just say ouch.
Well, the part I appreciated about what you said, I wanted to get it out. You said, I love how you said deserving, and then you turned it around and you said grateful, because I think the two show up for gratitude. Being deserving of, because we deserve care, our hearts deserve care, our bodies deserve care, we deserve care. So I love that part. And the part about gratefulness, like you said, you're thankful to your wife for showing up for being who she said she was gonna be. And I just want to take it a step further. I'm grateful when a person could remove the blinders off of my eyes and let me see those innermost depths of who they are, those parts that they don't reveal to others, because then I know it's real. I know you are removing the blinders. I know you are stripping yourself down to the core. You're letting me see this version of you that's so innermost. Is almost like you loving yourself, or you looking at yourself. That's like the ultimate invitation. You're allowing me in to see those parts of you, that the parts what the people in the world don't see, those dark parts. That's what matters at the end, because now I know you. I'm becoming one with you and your thoughts and your feelings, and you allow me in. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for seeing a real you. So I thank you. That just thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm gonna run a couple of these questions, and we gonna roll until tomorrow. Um, how does heal love reflect your own growth? I know I don't make it easy with the questions, do I know. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. How does heal love reflect your own growth? I'll speak for myself, right? I asked the question, I'll answer it. Going through the life as I have life has life with me, um, and knowing that I took the steps to begin the healing process. And I again, I thank you, ladies, for pointing that out. That we're always still continuously healing, right? Um, that throughout the healing, I look at my own growth and I look at things from a different scope, right? I look at things now where something that would have bothered me before, I look at it and say, you know what? Why did I give that so much of my energy when it wasn't something that I needed to give it my energy? Why did I need to let something like that bother me when it was really nothing? That was that person being who they were. And maybe I need to take a step back and understand the why behind why they said this or why they did that. That could have been a part of their journey. So I need to take a step back and say, just because I didn't, I'm going along my journey, that my journey is going to be different from what my wife's journey is, right? So I need to understand, or take the time to understand why the part of her journey that had her with that particular thought process. So um he'll love reflect my own growth, because now I can recognize certain things that I wouldn't allow myself to recognize before. Sometimes I had to recognize the other person where they were at in their healing. That's me.
For me, it has made me show up for myself more. It has made me love myself more. To be okay with setting boundaries and sticking to standards without judging myself or being hard on myself or feeling guilty for having them. So really just loving on me more has helped me to really grow the little girl inside and also protect her more. So yeah, that's where it has grown me in that area. And I want to ask before we close your live out, is if it's okay if I share my book with you guys.
Absolutely.
Um,
I want people to. So just so you know,
this is
Kia, everybody that has a business or something like that, or something that's important for them, I want you to share it on this live, because we want to start reaching other people outside of everything. So please do.
Well, I thank you so much because this is the first place that I'm actually verbalizing that it went live today on Amazon. I'm going to put the link in the bio, guys. Please support. I'm so nervous about it, but I think it's going to, no, I'm going to rephrase that. I know because it's been touched by God that it is going to help
That's
every
right.
person
Speak on it.
that purchase it. It is literally for you. If you take a weekend, I promise you it's going to bless your life and you're going to see things about yourself that you probably never ever knew. These are some of the tools that I've used to grow myself because, again, that was a good question. So I want to just plug it because it has helped me so much. And I'm going to put everything in the bio. And thank you so much, Marlon, for this platform. Thank you to the wife. I know she's listening for sharing you with us. You guys are such an amazing couple. Just you guys doing this and putting that out there. And just thank you, Marlon, for being vulnerable and being the guy that you are is good to see. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Guys,
You're
go cop
welcome.
the book, please. It'll be the best $20 you spent. I promise you.
Say that again, y'all. It ain't but $20. Think about how much money y'all spend in Starbucks. Come on, cut it out. Go and get that book.
You leave my Starbucks
I am
alone.
happy to support.
Hey,
Happy to support.
yeah. So who else want? Anybody else want to add anything to that?
I want to say so the question is healed love and how it helps or
Or
our
reflect your own growth.
reflects our own growth. I feel
Yes.
like it reflects once I've gone through all of the steps, I'm able to have an appreciation and gratitude for love. I'm able to receive love. I'm able to be vulnerable. I think those are all of the things that once I've gone through the steps, that is my growth. That is me being comfortable with love and not just with my partner, but it's also going to help with how I care and how empathetic and compassionate I am with others. I think it's the ability to go through all of those steps.
Mm.
That's my growth right there. That's my measurement of growth is all of those things, the vulnerability, the gratitude is something I never really thought about, in expressing to a partner or somebody, that I've had that level of care. I just never thought to verbalize it until you said it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's probably one of those things that we don't always think about. We don't think about those things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm agree with Freebie. That was beautiful. That was spot on. You know what I'm saying? Just an old lady, you got something?
Yes, I'm also thank you. I am Kia P. For sharing your book. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I also self-published 3 books, and so since we were sharing, I am a parent of a child with a disability. He is now 16. So I wrote a book for parents that have kids with disabilities. It's a prayer journal and reflection guide. So it is filled with like reflection activities. I am a mindfulness life coach certified, and I don't see my other profession. Yeah. But the books are based on learned experiences and also lived experiences. I have a prayer journal. I also posted in an affirmation guide because I'm heavy on self-talk. We retrain our brains to eliminate negative self-talk by practicing affirmations or positive self-talk. So all 3 of my books are available on Amazon if you want to check it out. If you have a loved one that may be taken care of or supporting someone with a disability, it's great reads, it's encouragement. I keep it extra real. It's not all, oh, lollipops and sunshine. Oh no, I get to the nitty gritty. So if you know anyone and it may bless their lives, feel free to share. And thank you.
Absolutely. So now, um, just know, lady, I am Kia. So I'm a. Is it safe to assume that these links for you guys is books and everything is in your profiles? Because I know sometimes with everything in the chat, we're not always able to copy those particular links. I want to make sure that is it a way to is it in your profile, or do you feel, or can you just everybody that's in here, that's in the chat on the panel, just shoot them an inbox of that link?
I will. Mine just went live tonight.
Okay.
The ebook was live, I think Sunday. And so I'm just super excited. This is my first book. So, just the Nola girl, look, I might be calling you to get some tips on how to maneuver the next one. But I'm super excited. So it's also available on Amazon. And yeah, it will be in my bio as of tonight. I hadn't even shared it with anybody. This is you guys are the first people I'm verbalizing that it is live to right now. I haven't even
Amen.
Thank you.
called my family because I don't know. You know how I do know, but I be nervous, and that's just be the trick of the enemy to just kind of keep you silent and But yeah, I'm walking in it, and so guys, I just wanted to share it with you guys. It was placed on my heart, and I just hope that everybody's listening. They just go cop it. It's gonna help you. I promise you, it's gonna bless your life.
Okay. So I would definitely say, I'm gonna reiterate again. I know Kia, it's in your bio. Just know, lady, is it in your bio, or do you need to shoot it out?
I'm gonna drop it shortly. As soon as we get off, I need to include it as well. So yeah, I really don't announce it either. So I'm like, oh,
No,
this is,
no.
let me just say it. Yeah.
This is where you at. So I want everybody to be able to drop things that is going to help us elevate each other and boost each other up. So um yeah, Brenda, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna do my little key takeaways right quick, and then Miss Brenda wants to close us out with a prayer. If that's okay with everybody, I'm okay with it. If you're not, I understand. But my key takeaways were: healthy love can feel unreal when dysfunction was familiar. Peace doesn't mean boring; it means secure. Being loved well often requires unlearning survival habits. I'm going to read that one again.
Yes.
Being loved well often requires unlearning survival habits. And lastly, the right connection won't confuse you, it will clarify you. So, those
That's
are
good.
those are my takeaways, right? Um, I don't just sit here and just throw stuff together. I actually put a lot of thought into all of this, right? And I thought those were some good takeaways to kind of for everybody to take, to kind of take with them. And I'm gonna read them one more time just in case. Healthy love can feel unreal when dysfunction was familiar. Peace doesn't mean boring; it means secure. Being loved well often requires unlearning survival habits. The right connection won't confuse you, it will clarify you. So, be it as it may, you take whichever one, if not all, apply to you and use it. For me personally, um, the one that sticks with me the most is being loved well often requires unlearning survival habits. Because for me, I learned to survive certain things, and I had to unlearn those things because those weren't the healthy things that was going to make me aware to be able to see what I needed to see. That's for me. And so I got Miss, and see, also KP says, being loved often require unlearning certain. Yes. Okay. Frida B says, my takeaway is healed love isn't just something you find in evidence of who you've become. Okay. And just know the lady says, I'm in survival mode for sure. So, so it's time to, when you're ready, you will unlearn those survival habits. When you're ready. Yeah, did you catch that? When you're ready, it's not for anyone else to decide. It's when you're ready to unlearn those. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else got anything that they want to add as their own personal takeaway that I may not have mentioned?
That it is okay. It is okay to love on yourself so that you can show up healing and as healed as possible. We I think it was Keita said just a girl from NOLA, a lady from NOLA. We're always healing. We're always evolving, as well as Kenya. We
I
all
think all the
agreed on
ladies said that.
yeah, we're always evolving. So we're the healing process is always a constant thing. But show up your best healed self in that moment where you're at. You want to work towards that. And the person that said they're in survival mode, work to get out of that mode. That is not freedom, and you want to live free. You deserve it. You deserve freedom.
I received it.
That's right. Anybody else? I'm not dealing with you, Brooklyn, babe. You're not keeping survival mode in your back pocket with that husband you got over there that you've been with for since you was for umpteen years. I am not listening to you. Y'all don't pay attention to what Brooklyn babe said. she done been with her husband for 30 years. So anybody else got anything they want to add before we have Miss Brenda come up and just close us out? All right. All right, Miss Brenda, I'm bringing you in. Close us out, and let's all have a good night.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
we
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Mark,
We can hear
thank
you.
you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your love, your kindness, and your transparency. You and your beautiful wife, and to everyone on this live. It's my first time being here, but I just want to say you guys have so much love and kindness and joy, which I haven't received in the churches, but that's another story. But to God be the glory. Thank you so much, sir. To all of you on this live, I thank God for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for healing me. I've been healed since I've been on this live. We don't talk about this enough, but keep it coming, sir. Okay, keep it coming. But Father, in the name of Jesus tonight, God, we thank you for your love, your kindness, your mercy, your patience, your love, God, for each and every one on this live. God, we thank you for your transparency, God. We thank you for the gift of understanding. We thank you, God, for the gift of wisdom, knowledge, patience, joy, and peace tonight, God. The enemy is defeated, God. And where we lack understanding, God, we call on your wisdom tonight. But most of all, God, as we depart from this life, but not from your presence, we pray, God, that I pray that you will keep each and every one of us, God. Keep our minds, keep our spirits, keep our bodies, God, from the wickedness of the world, oh God, in the name of Jesus. Lord, so much is going on in people's mind. So much things, God, of the enemies come and destroy us, God. But Psalm 91 says, God, that you shall hide us in the secret place, oh God, that you are light in our salvation. Psalm 35 says, oh God, when the enemy comes, oh God, and dig a hole for us, he shall fall in it tonight. So God, as your servant tonight and a woman of God, I cover this live, oh God. I may not understand everything, but God, you have chose me for such a time as this for your people. God, I thank each and every one tonight, oh God, for their mind, their wisdom, their different ideas, their personalities, oh God. Thank you, God, tonight for Marlon, the host, and his wife tonight, and each and every one, God, that you covering them under the sound of my voice, God, as your leader, as your servant, God. I thank you tonight, God, for each and every one. Oh, God, we may not see everything. We may not know everything, God, but I pray you will cover them from hurt, harm, and danger tonight, God. And as they sleep tonight, God, that you will give them sweet rest, oh God. Send your angels to encamp around about them, God. And as we depart from this life, God, but not from your presence, God, I pray in the name of Jesus that you will cover each and every one, God, their families, their children, in the name of Jesus, God. Amen and amen. Thank you, sir.
Amen. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Amen. Amen. Um,
You're
you
welcome,
know,
sir.
yes. Well, I don't have anything else right now. Anybody else
You
got
too funny.
anything else?
You too
Thank you,
funny. You too
everyone. Good
funny.
night. It's been wonderful. Thanks so
Yes.
much.
Yes, it was
Yes.
great conversing with everyone. Until the next time, stay blessed
So
and stay
tomorrow,
loved.
we will be back
Yes.
tomorrow. I have a whole new topic for tomorrow because I only
Okay.
do this on Wednesday and Thursdays. In
Um,
between me and Big Guy, we might do the Truck Chronicles, and we'll come on and talk
I'll
about
put the
other stuff.
notifications on so I'll get the alert
Yes,
And
turn the notifications
for me.
on.
yes.
Turn the
And,
notifications on.
Don't forget the everything and nothing.
Yeah, we
uh-oh.
do. We got a session where it just comes on at random and it's called everything and nothing.
And
Everything and
Marlon,
nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
remember, I'm the prayer person for the live, okay? So,
absolutely. I'm gonna bring
and
it
me,
on.
I love
Absolutely.
y'all. I
You
love
all
All
y'all.
have a
right.
good one.
All
Kenya,
right.
and thank you so
See
much
ya.
for your input. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
You bet. Have a good one. Bye,
All
everyone.
right. Take care. Everybody, do me one favor before you go. Let me drop you down. I need
Okay.
everybody to unfollow me and then follow me back.
Wait, now how I
How
do
do I
that
do
now,
that?
Marlon? I'm
Miss
so
Brenda, don't you worry about it. Long as Kenya and Kia does it, we
okay,
good.
good. They covering me. Okay.
So unfollowing you, there you go. Like Brooklyn Babe just did. Because so where you see, if you click on my name, you can see where you're saying you're following me, right? So if you unfollow me and then follow me back, like you just did, like Kenya, you just did it.
Okay.
Next Level just did it. Brooklyn Babe just did it. And then what that does is it keeps my live going, because certain when you have a live, you got to have a certain number of followers each time to keep it
Okay.
going. It's the algorithm.
You
So
know I'm new to these TikTok streets. I don't know
me too.
TikTok lingo,
No,
but I
Me
got
too,
you.
Kenya.
I got
Yeah, me
no. I'm
too,
good now.
Kenya.
I got so if you look
Marlon,
now.
how I
I'm at
do
6.
that? How how
Yep,
how
I
do I
got
do
it,
that,
Kia.
Marlon? I click on your what? Oh my God, I'm so old school.
Brandon, don't worry about it. I got the 6. We good.
Okay, good. All right, good.
So now, don't go
I'm covered,
anywhere. I'm
y'all.
gonna
I'm
drop you
covered.
guys down from the panel so that you keep all your coins. Like you see that number up to the top where you got
Right.
like Kenya, you got 23. So what I'm gonna do is drop everybody down so that those stay into your bank, basically.
I love y'all. I love y'all tonight. I love y'all.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't know anything
Oh yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Like when you end
And
up giving gifts and everything, right? The coins that you get that like I've given everyone gifts on here, right? So when those gifts come, when you go to like another live and you giving that daily heartbeat, that got to come from somewhere. These coins tally up into it. So don't ever leave a live without letting somebody drop you down, because sometimes what TT will do is you'll lose that.
oh,
Yeah,
I got it now. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because sometimes it works where if you leave and then you jump into somebody else's live and TT will take those coins, but a lot of times if you once I end the live, it will still give it to you. It varies from different things. So I always tell people, let me drop you
Oh,
down so that you keep it. So
oh,
PT
that's how
is
that
so
goes.
temperamental.
it
Okay.
is. It is. All right, so Miss Brenda, I'm gonna drop you down right quick.
Okay. I keep my coins though, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna drop you down.
Dang, Marley.
And big guy's back. I ain't fooling with you, boy. All right, Kenya, I'm gonna drop you
I was
down.
here for the prayer. I was here for the prayers. I cut the prayer.
Well, good.
Yeah.
We all need some prayer, bruh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna highlight my topic for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. So you guys join us tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is gonna be: should respect be given or earned? Should respect be given or earned? Tune in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, as we just chop it up and talk about it. All right. Talk with you guys later.